Good morning, guys. Good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. It looks like, the way I see things now, it looks like our GNU leaders are actually gelling together now. You know, our GNU is actually GNU-wing. You know, it is the smallest things that you see and you're like, no, this is actually working. Hey, I saw a post by Minister Gayton Mckenzie, who just woke up and chose like, let me just scatter all the tables for the benefit of the GNU. You know, I'm going to put his post here to show where it started. But no, first let me start with Mbalula's own. Mbalula says, South Africans want their lives to change for the better, not political bickering. You know, I have been saying this for the longest time, that there is nothing as irritating as the political bickering, all the gibberish, all the fighting that we see with no change in South Africa, with no change in our lives. So now they do understand. It makes me say the GNU understand the mandate that we want a South Africa that is functional, and they should deliver that South Africa that is functional to us. Then let us look at what happened between when Minister Gayton Mckenzie started with just scattering the tables on behalf of the GNU, fighting for that GNU. And Minister Gayton Mckenzie decided to wake up and say the GNU lasted longer than the Progressive Caucus. Think about that for a second. You know, shots are being fired very early in the morning, and he's not going even to undercover, he's giving. And the Minister of Public Works, Dean McPherson, came there to comment below Gayton Mckenzie's post and said, Minister, and posted laughing emojis and crying emojis. It makes you see, you know, when somebody responds with the inside story, you know, Insta story vibes, that they know something we don't. You know, you can tell this is a conversation that they had before this post, you know, either today or the other day, any other day that they had this chat. So now it makes me feel like, you know, the GNU is actually GNUing with our leaders. You know, they are over the fights now, you know, that who's bigger, who's smaller. They're actually working, you know. One thing about Minister Gayton Mckenzie, he will defend the GNU and praise it at the same time. He says people that say that the GNU is between the DA and the ANC, please balance me here quickly. Am I a phantom minister? The GNU is working. Sorry, the GNU is working better than what most of us expected and most of his haters hoped for. The GNU is our second miracle, and massive change is being planned in furtherance of SA. You know, am I a phantom minister? That took me out a bit. You, my goodness. You know, I really wish this GNU succeeds, man. We're already seeing the signs that is actually working. You know, when our leaders are not fighting to appear bigger than the other, and their political bickering as Mbalula was saying, it gives us hope as South Africans, instead of us being dragged into their political bickering and we now have to take sides and all. The side that we are supposed to be on as the citizen is the side that is progressing South Africa. You know, it is my opinion that the parties that claim to be progressive are not actually progressive. It is my opinion. Of course, you have the right to disagree with me in the comment section. I find them to be very regressive. Please, that is my opinion. You know, when the Minister Gayton Mckenzie speaks about the protection fee mafia, he's talking about what also we think about as the people that are in business, and the things that worry us, the things that give us fear. Minister Gayton Mckenzie coming out there to also speak about the protection fee mafia, which is a very stressful thing to even think about in South Africa. I don't even know how the people that have experienced it are feeling. We have seen businesses closing down. It is penetrating schools now. No, it is actually very, very bad. He says the protection fee mafia has declared the war against South African business people big and small, we need to crush them with speed and heavy might. Exactly, this is how this needs to be dealt with. No soft hands at all. It needs no soft hands, because in some cases they even go for homes. People have to sell sweets just to give these people money. So it is actually very, very bad. You see, when leaders act like South Africans, proper South Africans, Fikile Mbalula came out to say Rasi Erasmus is the boss, and you'll see what also the minister of about Rasi Erasmus. It shows that there is that form of unity, and the Minister of Public Works also spoke about KOLISI. He said, Rasi Erasmus, greatest sports coach of all time. KOLISI, greatest sports captain of all time. He said, there, I said it. This is the South Africa that we want to live in, when there is harmony. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? All right, I know some people hate the GNU, but you have to admit when something is good, even if you don't really like the people that is bringing that good thing. We all know that our president is currently visiting China. Apparently, this is his second visit to China since he took office in 2018. So we all know that South Africa is a member of BRICS. Oh, before I proceed, guys, please pardon the way I sound, and maybe sometimes my breath is a bit short. It's because I have flu and my chest is suffocating anyway. We all know that South Africa is part of BRICS, so is China. So it is no surprise that we see our South African president visiting China, and this is for the second time. What I liked the most is that I saw the Minister of Public Works posting about the president being in China. And this shows that these people are not actually just looking at themselves as political parties which they come from. They also recognize that they have to really unite for the benefit of South Africa and South Africans. So the page of the president on Twitter, on X rather, posted His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived at the Beijing Capital Airport in the People's Republic of China. This is the second state visit by President Cyril Ramaphosa to visit China since he took office in 2018. And I saw the Minister of Public Works, Gayton Mckenzie, sharing the post and quoting it and said, "Welcome to China, Mr. President. We are ready to get to work to secure more investment to infrastructure so that we can turn South Africa into a construction site." This tells me that the Minister of Public Works is also in China. Do you understand? So it is very important for us, at least for me, I don't know about you, but for me as a South African, to see the unity of the leaders of the government of national unity. So this previous post that I posted, I wanted to demonstrate that we actually see them moving towards a direction where there is more unity. We have passed the state of friction. There was a lot of bickering when the GNU started. I think we have graduated from that one. So it is also good for us. I myself, as an ordinary citizen of this country who does not know much about politics, honestly, I don't know much about politics. What I want to see is a country that has no crime. We cannot totally eradicate crime, but it must not be to the level in which we're seeing it now. Do you understand? So when we see harmony within the leaders of the GNU, working towards the greater vision of seeing a better South Africa, we become very happy as South Africans. Honestly, truly speaking, if you hate on that, then you must have issues. I don't want to have a situation whereby I'm like, I'm an ANC member, I'm going to fight for the ANC, even if the ANC is not making sense. Do you understand? I'm a member of DA, and I will die DA, even if I don't see any sense in the Democratic Alliance. Or maybe I'm a member of the EFF, I want to die. Please, it must not be, the political parties must not be bigger than the country. That's what I'm saying. We must not follow political parties because we like them. We must follow political parties that serve the best interests of our country. So I really like how the GNU leaders are moving, man. I am so happy. It makes me so happy. It gives hope. And when you have hope, you function better and you feel better. So that is my chat. I just wanted to demonstrate how my GNU leaders are moving. You know, anybody that has watched my videos maybe knows that when I talk about political issues, which I know very little about, you know, understands that I love my GNU. Please, I love this GNU.